What's going on? Welcome to the Hall Pass, y'all. We are in the hallways. It's your girl, the Hall Monitor, and we got a lot today. So, as I've said before, this week is talking about the good times. We are rolling back down memory lane, and who better to do that for with some family? So, as we get into it, as you guys already know, we have our rose and our thorn, or thorn in my ass, right? So, I'm going to go ahead and start it off. My rose, I'm going to say my rose for the week is cherishing my family. Hanging out with family. I've been able to really relax, chill with them, call them. Got to see my grandfather. Things have been good. So that's my rose. My thorn, or thorn in my ass. Really, it would just have to be weird people. People are weird as hell, and I don't understand. You just gotta make situations awkward, and it's no need for that. So that would have to be my thorn. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pass it off with whomever wants to go next.
Well, my rose is my birthday was Wednesday.
Oh yeah, happy birthday!
Happy birthday! That's right, happy birthday.
And the thorn in my ass is this cold weather.
Yeah, it's cold.
Damn, T, you took mine.
But I'm blessed to feel it, so we give it up.
Yeah.
You took mine.
We give it up.
So, real quick, where's my camera? It's that
What
one.
the?
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to be able to look into the camera, right? You want to know I'm going to be looking off to the side, and, but where's the camera, right? I know. Listen. So, my rose, right? So, I think that we find ourselves not knowing or not appreciating some of the things that that should be appreciated. So my rose is just being here.
Yeah.
Right. Really important. It came as a surprise, but really happy to be here. And I'm gonna take Terrence's and Sean's. This cold weather has been on my head.
Yeah.
So that's my thorn.
Yeah.
This cold weather ain't no joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my rose is just life. Just living it, enjoying it, being with people. No matter who it is, we make the best out of it. Thorn, since we done said the weather, I don't know. I agree with the hall monitor there. The weird people.
Yeah.
The weird people, because I can tell some stories right now. But it is what it is.
I don't know why you're looking at me.
Here we
to
go.
somebody else. No, my rose, I would say this was I don't know, for real, it was a good week. The rose was really how the hall monitor has been really adamant about getting her uncles together to get their point of views, and that lets me know she really listened to them and she cherishes their opinion.
Yeah.
Thorn, that's what I said, it was a pretty good week. I ain't gonna use the code. I'm gonna just count a good week as that. I really don't have no complaints this week.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be honest.
Last but certainly not least.
Well, my rose is we came through an election, and maybe some voted for the person or the people that they thought that they was going to win. But my rose is another thing, is the strong and the powerfulness of our people that will never end. Don't matter who won and who gonna win. That's my rose. We gonna manage.
Yeah.
We gonna figure it out. That's my rose.
Thorn?
My thorn is we didn't win.
Yeah. Well, that is a thorn.
Real talk.
I can't tell you if that's going to be removed quickly or not, but it's a thorn. Yeah, it's still going to be there. But we're going to go ahead and get into it, right? So, as I said, the good times, letting the good times roll. And we're just going to, sometimes we're going to kind of go back and then we're going to come forward, right? So, my biggest thing is music. We're all music heads at this table. Everybody has their own genres and fortes of what they like and type of music that they like. So I'm going to ask you to go back, and I'm going to ask you to choose your top 3 artists from your time and why. Top 3 artists. Only 3.
No matter what.
No matter what type of music. Whatever you used to listen to, I'm going to say it, back in the day.
And we're going back in the day.
From
So what's considered
Well,
back in the day? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I
So-
would say anything before 2000s.
Here's the question for you. What would you do if Prince was here?
I know where he goes.
Wow.
All right, you're a
Prince.
gangster.
Okay, but we ain't gonna do that.
Okay.
All right, name your
Okay.
three. That's a wrap it up. Go ahead.
That
Go
is
ahead.
one of my bucket lists that I did never see.
My three
so
is,
I would like to do that.
it probably would be Prince, Mike, and SOS Band, maybe. You know, I got a lot, but I'd probably start out with them three.
Okay.
You know.
Who else? Next three.
Mine. Scarface.
Always a pleasure.
You're right. You ain't lying. And then we love Louis Vandross.
Never too much.
That's only when you know you doing.
A balance.
No, when you want to deal with your old lady and all that.
Yeah, it's a balance. The
Yeah.
Scarface,
Oh, I hear you.
A little
Right.
soft, a little soft, a little
soft,
hard. Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
And then my second one will be Kumo D.
Okay.
I mean, you know.
Yeah. Who's that? Top three.
Oh, what? Mine? Okay.
It's hard to do
Well,
with
top
three.
three, since we're doing a little bit of both for hip hop and the R&B, I will take Prince.
Okay.
But no, I ain't gonna do Prince. Y'all said Prince. Mine would be Marvin Gaye because that's one of my favorites right there. Marvin Gaye, and then of course Ice-T, and then just that era. I have to just put that era of like 88 to 92, just where it was all different kind of hip hop out. That
Okay.
was really that.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Last but not least.
Man, that stuff gonna be all. That's hard with a three. With a three,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do Sade.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
So
Sade.
depressing. I mean, it's beautiful
That
music.
how you gonna diss
Beautiful
my
music, but
my
good
top three?
God.
I didn't even get it out.
I hope she has a love. I really do. Sade, if you can hear me, I hope you are okay. Because
She-
I
she
love
just
her
had her
music.
birthday.
She just
She's
had a
66.
birthday, yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
Sick? She did not call you.
Let me
Anyways,
continue.
number
Sade. Oh my God.
You gotta be quiet, T.
Clearly.
You're turning it up.
See,
That's how you know they're
see,
friends.
that's why I can't go past my stuff.
you gotta help your head, man.
I'm gonna tell you what. Man, people know this. Barry White.
No.
You only
Yeah.
get three.
Okay, I only get
That's
two.
what I'm
Sade,
saying, yeah.
Barry White, and I'm gonna get my rapper out there because I could go on. But Nas.
Oh.
Not Snoop. Wow.
Not Chicago?
Oh, Larry ain't give his.
Yeah.
They did.
He only said Prince. You got two
Yeah,
more?
well,
Prince.
you just skip past that with all those jokes. Give us another.
Probably Boy George.
Well,
Hey, listen, a little.
Hey, Boy George.
he did have some jams.
That was
Don't tell everybody that, but them
I'm
jams.
trying to tell you.
Man, George Michael.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What do you want to say? Boy George was cold.
He was. Hey, you can't front.
No, I would go. Definitely Prince. I look at this and I think, who? If I was stranded on a desert island, who would I want to listen to?
Yes, consecutively.
So Prince, Sting.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't have touched him.
Sting is.
I mean, yeah, no, he's a dope artist.
I mean that whole
Sting
police. No,
yeah.
the whole catalog.
That's it.
The whole catalog.
Could've got you on
Well, we could have gone all the way
yeah.
down. We're doing three, and we have to keep up with the concept. I'm an executive producer.
What was your third last?
My
I
third.
didn't even give a rapper. My rapper was
Right.
Tupac, but you know.
I mean, it would probably be Luther as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all that played in my mind.
You ain't doing a whole lot on that island.
I thought you was stranded by yourself.
No, he's standing with somebody.
I don't want to be listening to
Trying
a
to
whole
breathe,
bunch
and
of.
then you doing looping. You
man.
ain't getting no work done. 'Cause
Listen.
ain't no.
Man, y'all got
You gotta
issues.
stay
Why you work
motivated.
music on that month? That is.
But actually, that'll make you get
at all.
home. It's a lot of things come with that. He could be swimming, getting
I did not see
motivated, get back
motivation
to
in
it.
Prince, Luther, and
Sting.
Sting.
I mean, maybe.
Concert was.
It's
Look,
the best concert.
Hold on,
ever.
listen.
Ever.
Prince has
yo.
some of the greatest music ever. You're right.
No,
but they ain't
and
doing
this
nothing but some
concert is
freaky
live.
words and some crazy guitar playing, bro.
No, he
That's
did it.
not motivating
He
you to
did
get out
it.
there and cut down a tree.
I
instead of
don't know if y'all know the address here, but don't be coming after this man
Yeah.
after hearing what he just said.
Oh no, I'm a Prince fan.
Okay. So since we're talking, many of your artists are, older of a different decade. So thinking about the music that we have now, who would you say kind of reminds you of someone that you may have mentioned, or someone back in the time where it's like, okay, I could give it up to him. I could give, or her.
Yeah, well, the Chris Browns remind you of Michael Jackson.
None of them.
Yeah, it's not,
Nobody.
The closest is Chris.
Well, it depends on
Chris
how you look at
Remind you
it.
of Mike.
No, Chris
Okay.
A little bit.
Has not have. He don't have the R&B sound.
What?
He had.
Whoa.
No. Listen,
I'm totally with my dog.
Hold
I'm
on.
totally with my dog.
Producers
He is
about
gone
to put you
because he
on
wants to
blast.
be
It
20
doesn't matter. I'm sticking to my
Brown.
guns. He talking about fucking and sucking and this and that. He's not talking about whooping and holding.
Now, I will say,
Songs, though.
a lot of y'all
yeah.
back then were talking about the same thing.
Smooth.
I will say,
But it was in a
some
different.
freaky music. So
Prince was extremely
I'm gonna tell you.
freaky.
I'm gonna tell you something I
You
heard.
know what?
And
I'm
Luther.
gonna tell you something about Chris Brown is the closest thing to Mike. If Chris Brown had the team that Mike had around him to smooth him out, he would be as big as Mike. But he ain't got Quincy.
No, he would have never got as big as
Listen,
Mike.
let me finish my stuff.
Yeah, go ahead.
He ain't have. I said if he had that team around him, he didn't have
You
Quincy.
ain't know it's gonna go like that.
He didn't have Diana Ross. He didn't have Smokey Robinson, Lionel, and them writing songs and all that stuff. So imagine if they smoothed Chris out.
Well,
Okay,
You
so
don't
Chris
wanna
Brown,
do
who
that.
else do we have?
There's no real R&B right now. Everybody on.
He the
and I
only one
caught
you can
myself
turn
and
to.
said it.
Thank you.
There ain't none of that out here right now.
He the only one you can turn to.
Well, a person.
There's
Didn't
no
curse.
R&B out
You
here,
say
man.
one lyric, and then next thing you know,
I'm gonna fuck you in your mouth.
guy coming in. don't.
I know there's some words that we can't say,
Straight up.
This
but
is a
that
little-
might
we-
be
No.
Right,
Part of
we're
those-
just the hall
might
done went a
say
different
that.
level.
a
I
hall
thought
monitor.
we
Can you?
We're not on that level, Lee. We
Yeah.
try to keep it smooth. You know, always to the
Listen.
school, brother.
You are
Well,
just
always where the bad
imagine.
things happen. So that's exactly why.
Right, with a little back.
Yeah,
Right.
we had this right
That's your school name.
It's
Detention.
Uncut. This
I just think that
well,
this is.
Okay,
This is
so
the
then who
hallmark.
else do we have?
There are artists that are similar. I mean,
Yeah.
but it takes a lot to figure out who those cats are and stuff like that. I agree. Chris Brown is a big mega star, pop star. I don't think he would be as big as Mike because the simple fact is Mike was unreachable. And Chris Brown is reachable because of all the internet and all the other stuff that they have
I'm not
available
dissing the boy
now.
at
I understand
all.
I
that.
tell you this, I'm gonna say something
Nah, what we
controversial
come
about
from.
it. The best
It's
thing
not-
that
that's
happened to
not
Chris
R&B.
Brown it was
when he
smacking
fought.
up Rihanna because it allowed him to be who he was. Because that's what was the problem. He was holding all this craziness in so much, trying to be the good little kid that once he got, hey, now you label me as that, now I can be who I want to be. And
But I
some
don't
of his
want-
best music is
I don't
came
want
from it.
I don't want what R&B people talk about now deter y'all from listening to R&B. Y'all got to go out there and fish and find them R&B artists. Because I done heard a couple of R&B artists. It is R&B out there.
You know what? We're not gonna turn the debate show.
I was listening to this guy Lonely Day the other day. No, Lucky Day.
Lucky Day.
Lucky
Day.
Day.
Yeah, he's
Lucky
straight.
Day.
Good.
Yeah, he got some juice.
Lucky
Well, I
Day's
don't
got
know.
some
I
bangers.
don't know.
Yeah,
I'll
he
be
do.
the first one.
Okay.
I like my girl,
Right.
Ella May. And it was
Yeah, Ella May will be.
Yeah, okay.
You know, she'll
Yeah.
be. And Tim's.
I mean,
I
yeah.
mess with her.
Oh,
But that's
yeah.
kind of a
That's
new.
still no, but
That's
that's
In
kind of a
London,
new
I'm so
genre.
I like them
R&B,
both.
we're
Yeah,
not
I
here.
like, you know.
Okay, but what
Yeah.
about J. Cole?
On the rap
Oh,
scene.
it's my
J.
guy.
Cole.
You know what? He's
Right,
lost a
sure.
lot of credibility.
He
there.
remind you of
When you back
Nas.
down,
With us
He
cats on
remind
the
you of
streets
Nas.
and apologizing for simple rap beef, you done lost some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm disappointed in you.
He remind you of Nas.
Yeah, you know I'm apologizing.
He's lost a lot of credibility with that.
To who?
To cats that want to see real hip hop. He lost credibility with that because look, for one, it's just really a rap battle. Nobody expects him, sees him or Kendrick Lamar going out there smacking each other up or pulling pistols or anything like that. So why are you apologizing about making a diss track, bro?
We felt bad about what he did.
Well,
mean, it's
okay,
whack.
so that then brings me into the next question then. You know, some people say that back then the music was more relatable. There's more relatable content.
Yes.
The lyrics, you were
That's
able to
true.
do it. We were talking about this when I got that earlier.
It's
the
feel-good
feelings.
music.
It's feel good
It's feel.
music. Do you agree?
Yeah, back
do
in the
you
day.
feel like, do we have some people who are lyricists now? Do we have some people who you still get that feel good music? Or are you just saying it's completely erased?
JID.
He's cool.
Yeah, he kills it.
J. Cole and Kendrick.
It's plenty of cats out that makes good music. I think the problem with hip hop today and hip hop from before is it's really basically one kind of music. Back in the day, like I said, that late '80s to like '92. I mean, you had your you had your Public Enemy, you had your NWA, you had your Run DMC, you had your De La Soul, you had Brand Nubians. You had
you out of
all different.
Scarface was even in there. Ghetto Boys was there.
Get you out of rut?
You had everything. You had more than one content. You had more than one content. Really, right now, it's either you rapping about being the greatest rapper.
What artists get you out of rut right now?
None of them. It's all about killing them.
I'm in the rut.
Somebody else.
New?
Oh, ain't nothing.
I was listening to somebody new.
Content.
Right now.
Like, who get you out of rut right now?
If I want to listen to somebody new,
I call up Sade.
Okay, so let's say
I don't
this.
listen to rap too much right now because I done heard it all. It's like watching Good Times and Sanford and Son.
You ain't rapping about
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it and I heard it before. So, but who will give me most out of it? It's what I listen to. It would be Tupac.
Yeah, Tupac.
And it would be Scarface. Scarface is my number one.
Yeah.
Some people say too that it's hard to connect because they feel like a lot of the rappers now are rapping about things that they actually don't know about.
And they killing.
Back then, they feel like they actually knew about things that they were doing, or the things that they were doing, the things that they were rapping about was true. Versus the kids now. So are we saying that they're all making up things?
No.
Listen, they doing some of the stuff they doing.
What they living through.
I just think it's only one. It's basically one type of music. It's either I'm a
sex or kill.
Yeah, I'm either sex, kill, or I'm the
drugs.
greatest.
So
yeah,
that's
a drug.
what I'm saying. It's not
really
dissing them. I'm telling you, we had some of that same shit then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
it was so many different
fake.
other things. We knew what you was
genres.
on.
That
That's
album
where we
had
come
drug
from.
dealing on it, might have had killing on it, but then it had
De
Dear
La
Mama
Soul
on it.
Yep, pots
Or
in
Feel Good.
my
Pots-
lawn.
you know
You
what I'm
had
saying? Feel
Far
Good.
Side. You had all
There's a
kinds of
variety
different
on that
music.
album.
It's not really a variety
You
now,
only
even
kill
with
so
your
many
conscious
people in
rappers
the
now.
song and on the album, like, you know.
Yeah.
So
You know.
We ain't talking for no angel.
Okay, so if you could give top 2 artists right now, today's time,
and was
any genre.
It's still from our era.
Don't say
Can't be
don't
from
say
your
spot
era.
'em God.
You can do one from our era and one from this.
Okay, let's
from the
do
new
that.
era.
1 and 1. One new, one old.
One new and one old. Okay. Who gonna go?
Who's going?
Well, I'm gonna say Tupac, and I would probably roll with new. I would either go with Kendrick or J. Cole.
Okay.
One of them two.
Drake probably running it.
Oh,
I'm not saying that.
he is
but
though.
Drake.
Yeah.
Until now, until
Yeah.
Kendrick.
Any old way.
Drake,
He's a lame for his
is.
moves
Well,
too.
He's a
that's
lame
what
one.
it is.
Drake, and
He's all sound. Okay, you go
Yeah.
Drake.
I would go Drake.
And then who's your old?
That was running things. Pop,
Okay.
Face, you know. That's all we listened to. Like, we was a type. Some music you gotta have morals to listen to certain music. You know, if you ain't got morals, you can't
Rock with it
comprehend.
all.
You can't rock with it. You know, nowadays they ain't got morals, so they
Structure.
yeah they ain't talking about nothing. So if you got morals, you can't relate to certain things. You know, I put on this raggedy shit now. They talking about. I got to be off this to want to listen to that raggedy shit.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, all right, okay.
It's jumping music, as we call it.
But when I'm sober, I'm like, oh, that's some bullshit. You know.
Okay. Next, 1 and 1. One new, one old.
He got thousands of
I'm surprised he ain't brought up. You know who?
No,
you know what? Yeah.
No, I'm gonna tell you.
Show that tattoo.
But you know, all the joking about it, but on the real, he's old school, but he's so relevant now.
S&OOP say his name.
Hey, hold on.
That's all he played.
No, he's gonna go Jay-Z.
He's gonna go Jay.
He's thinking Jay-Z. He's thinking Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
And this hip hop, right? Old school.
It's a damn
new.
shame. You got
Well,
your mother's
you know what?
tattoo, and then you got Jay-Z's right up
Hey,
there.
man.
You got a heart
Now you got
tattoo.
G first, right?
Hey,
love
you
you.
know this is live.
And
And I don't want our producer to see me flip a table over. Hall monitor. No, sorry. But no, on the real. Today, I'm going to go up Instagram. It is Snoop. He's still banging. Dude, and he keeps relevant with the music.
Yeah.
I will
You're
give you
calling
that.
it new?
Yeah, I totally knew he
okay.
just dropped the album with Dre, and it's out cold.
Yeah, it's a banger.
He's still
It is a
dropping.
banger. It is
Okay,
a
So-
now
banger.
who's your
It's
old?
decent.
Am I old?
Yeah.
My old now. I'm
Snoop
fast
again.
forward.
Right.
Well,
No,
he
it's
does
Jay-Z
drop-
then
But he
now.
does
It's
drop
always
John.
Nas.
It's about to be
No,
Jay-Z.
I'm
Hard
going
Knock
with
Life.
that.
Tupac, man.
My favorite MC, old school. I gotta go with Nas. I don't switch up. That's
Oh
it.
my God. The
You'll
worst
never do
beat.
that one.
I don't.
Stay the same.
That's
Them the
that's
top
it.
3 though.
All right. Next one. 1-1.
No, Kendrick and it's a group, but Chuck D and Public Enemy.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yes.
not
Yes.
shots
Yes.
fired right
See,
there.
Flat out.
and that's the difference. See, that's
Flat
the
out.
difference
Flat
between
out
this
right
era and
there.
that era.
Yeah.
You can go to some.
Actually, I'm very mad that I do.
PE is
Just
PE is something
straight up.
totally different from basically what was going on, and I think that's what makes the
But they
era.
had a
Keep it the
movement.
same.
Yeah,
Sound like it's
See,
new, still new. ain't it?
P had
Yep.
a
P
Brother Minnie had a
still
movement.
sound like
Still
a
rap-
new.
Who's
I
your
mean-
1-1? One new,
Scarface
one old.
and Public Enemy.
That's too old.
Right, you gotta have
too
one
old.
new.
Yeah, that's
You gotta have
See,
one
no-
new.
You
Oh,
gotta
I
have
have,
one
I have
new.
one new.
Yeah.
There ain't no
Okay.
movements no more.
I really don't like nothing new, but the first person that grabbed my attention was that little baby from Georgia. That
Lil
made
Baby.
that
Little baby.
little baby. No,
Lil
there's two of
Baby.
them, wasn't it?
Yes, the baby.
They don't. Dumb
Okay,
baby.
the one that made that song when it was going through Black.
Yes, little baby.
Little Baby.
Yep.
That was it.
Yep.
That was it. Huh?
And I'm from Georgia. By
You ain't-
Detroit.
Don't get it wrong.
You are not from Georgia, bro.
Boy,
We
please.
don't want to bash the new school music.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they got
Look
good
at my
music too,
feet.
so I'm gonna reiterate what I said.
Oh yeah.
Because we want to bridge the gap
Yeah.
too between the younger and the older.
You liking J. Cole's new school?
They
so
got
we're
good
not bashing
music.
it.
You know, they got good music.
When I'm supposed to be talking.
Because you're not from Georgia, brother.
They
You
got good.
I'm from Detroit by
They
Georgia.
got good
it
music.
don't matter. It
My
come
mama,
Detroit
my
first.
daddy, and sister, and that gravy that I get, and that grits, that scrambled eggs with cheese, and that, all that.
That raccoon.
Raccoon? You ain't
With
supposed
the
to say
sweet-
raccoon.
with the
You
sweet
just supposed to say
potatoes.
coon. That
With the-
coon?
with
Yeah, they don't play
That
around.
coon.
That's
Different.
cool.
It's
That
different
coon.
when all these white men.
What white man? What white man? That's on that. That's on that. That's on that side of the table.
I bet you ain't never had grits ever in your life. You probably put sugar on it.
Hey,
What, you ain't supposed to put sugar on grits?
Hell no.
No,
No.
I don't believe
Salt.
me and the hall modern almost slept. Dude, I don't understand why you would put sugar, but we gotta stay on topic. But on the real, you put butter and salt on
That's
grits,
it.
Yeah.
and that's a
The
delicious
cheese and the
treat.
grits.
Sometimes I do cheesecake.
Okay, what's the hall monitor mean?
Yeah.
That's me.
Put me on page.
But,
on page with the hall
On page. So we're gonna get back to that. Actually, before we go ahead and break, I just want to give y'all a heads up on what's going to be next. So coming up next, we're still gonna go ahead and touch back on those good times, letting the good times roll. This time we're gonna go ahead and go into fashion. We're gonna go ahead into upbringing, right? How we were raised, parenting styles, how things have changed, as well as schooling. So make sure y'all go ahead, join us back on the radio, y'all. This is the Hard Pass Uncut.
These kids say anything else.
They keep on
I'm
paying
going to
me.
lose my money. Did I pay the
Stop
light
it. You
bill?
want me to keep on?
Oh my God. What time? What time does he have off? Oh my goodness. I forgot to sign up for karate. Oh my God. The dishes are not going to do themselves.
You
You're
go to bed at
gross.
9, you can still get 8 hours of sleep. Have you or a loved one experienced feelings of stress, burnout, or wondered if maybe you're the red flag?
Do you sometimes feel like everyone else has life figured out while you're just trying to keep your plants alive?
If you answer yes to either of these questions, you may be entitled to get your shit together.
Queen's Arsenal is a revolutionary podcast designed to destigmatize mental health with real conversations, accountability challenges, and a healthy dose of cognitive reframing. So, if you're tired of self-care advice that just tells you to drink more water and meditate, we've got you covered.
At Queen's Arsenal, we go beyond the surface, dive into relatable stories and tools that actually help you get your mind right.
So why suffer in silence? Tune in to season 2 of Queen's Arsenal, where mental health is made approachable, humorous, and refreshingly real.
Because you don't need another bubble bath, you need Queen's Arsenal.
Side effects may include spontaneous self-reflection, unplanned journaling, the sudden urge to set boundaries, and an unexpected desire to finally address the thing that you've always been putting off. Listeners have reported increased clarity, heightened self-awareness, and occasional moments of, wow, I really needed to hear that. Queen's Arsenal is not responsible for any self-realizations, relationship audits, or life epiphanies that may occur. Subscribe now to Queen's Arsenal Season 2, coming soon to all podcast podcast platforms. You may be entitled to get your life together. If you or someone you know is ready to embrace radical self-awareness, face a few uncomfortable truths, and finally stop procrastinating on your personal growth, Queen's Arsenal might just be the place to start. Listen responsibly, as side effects may be irreversible and could lead to a life you're actually excited about.
All right, welcome on back to the Hall Pass, guys. We are live and in action. Shout out to those who are tuning in already, making sure that you are listening, you are giving feedback. One thing that I do want to make mention of is now you guys can comment. So if something that we're talking about kind of gets you in a rut, or if it's like, hey, I agree, or I have a comment to it, go ahead and text it to 248-387-9594. Again, it's 248-387-9594.
Get it.
All right.
So get it. Get it.
So we're back. And so it was getting heated, right? The uncles were talking, conversation was being had. And now we were going with music, picking our top 3, talking about the do's and don'ts, talking about, who's hot and who's not, essentially. And so right now I kind of want to go into the fashion sense of it all. So looking at fashion, and it's kind of funny because some things just come back again, right? Some things like leg warmers, neon colors.
We don't know shit about
For
leg
women,
warmers on this.
okay,
Maybe
baggy pants,
being from the country, know
baggy
about leg
pants,
warmers.
snapback. But I'm just saying.
She's talking about that girl.
Well, we don't know shit about
I
leg
mean,
warmers.
if you wear leg
Mary, you
warmers,
wear
just
leg
say that.
I haven't worn leg warmers.
Oh yeah, they got
You
leg
tried
warmers.
your sisters on, didn't you? You tried your sisters on.
No, I ain't seen no women wearing them.
You ain't get. Maybe the men would.
No.
Well, that's just an example from the female perspective,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But there are
just
other things too, like earrings, right, that the men are bringing back and wearing, right? Then there's that big argument of, do you wear both or do you only wear one?
Is
Which
it
ear
really?
do you wear?
Is it
Yeah.
really?
Do you wear it
You're
in your
supposed to
right
wear
ear or
two.
do you wear it in your left?
No,
wear two
you
earrings.
don't. You do that now. You know what's going on with it.
Right? So I guess I'm asking, what's one form of clothing that you would bring back that's not out now? You're like, man. Or if it's not a form of clothing, it could be how we wear it. Right?
I'll
So
bring back a nanny goat.
Yeah.
Nanny goat, that would be
nanny goat?
dope. Y'all
A
know
gandalf.
about that. Yeah, that's
what
a nanny
is a
goat.
nanny goat?
It's a cheap fur. But it was hot when
Or
we was
Gandalf.
young. It's a
Wow.
cheap fur.
I never had
But it was
one,
a-
but it's
Yeah.
double zippers, a Gandalf.
Yeah, cold.
Okay.
Oh,
Navy
Gandalf?
blue, with them navy blue patent leather
That's-
Adidas.
Marty, you can't
Concords.
say hammer
Yeah,
pants.
let me tell you.
Don't say hammer pants.
My gear was so unbelievable at that time. But
I ain't had no
but
gear
on the
back
real,
then.
what I would
I had
like
no gear
back
back
is
then.
gabardine.
Gabardine. What is gabardine?
Slacks.
Oh,
Some
slacks,
old man
baby.
shit.
Old man stuff.
No,
old man
no,
shit
with the
and-
shirt and
No, he was
whatnot.
gone with it.
That
He
was,
gone with it.
and you wore those with Mauri's.
Yeah.
Get that.
You wore it with Mauri's. You don't
Yeah.
do that
You don't do that
anymore.
with nothing else.
Dude, gabardine double
And
pocket,
Larry Brown
cold.
agree.
Come on, there.
Absolutely.
That was a
Absolutely.
cold
Yeah,
cut.
yeah,
You can
yeah.
wear a jacket. You wear your blazer over your gabardine. Oh, fuck the blazer.
No, remember the
I'll
old school
kill you.
silk shirts?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm
Silk
not
shirts
wearing
was
them.
dope. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be wearing
Let's
them.
speak on
With a high pair of
Old school
Levi's
silk.
on.
Well,
High pair of
Levi's,
Levi's.
yeah,
A
that was
high pair of
fine.
No, we
Levi's.
love silk shirt.
Oh, all day.
Silk shirt.
No, I'm talking about the ones from back in the day with the collar.
You going to
Yeah,
man on
silk
man.
shirt.
Old school
You dig?
ones
Yeah.
wearing.
Yeah. with
No,
the
I would
free
like,
crates.
and Marty and I have talked about this, the original Bally's.
Exactly.
Original Bally's, yeah. You can't find
That's
it.
what.
Can't
No,
find, you can't find it.
Gorgeous.
I've been
Can't
looking
find
for
it.
10
Some
stack
of
of
them
them suede boys.
Yeah.
Knock your
Oh,
whole
they
up
wasn't
on.
suede. They was
No,
leather.
that-
They had a little part
I
of
can
suede
go
on
on
them.
and
The
on.
They talking
Bally
about the
sign
ones
was
LL had in this video. I
They
think.
had the only thing suede on them was the Bally
The
sign.
Bally's, yeah.
Okay,
That was
what's
it.
something
No, they
that
had
you
some
could
suede
say?
ones out.
What's something
Oh,
that you would
honorable
say?
mention. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
You got it? Honorable mention.
Honorable mention. Those first original Gucci's, 1984s.
Motherfucker had them bitches in
But they
the-
bring those back.
But they not brought them back no more.
He
I
had
need
They gonna
those
bring them
back.
back again.
Yeah.
Bring those
He
back.
had them
Let's
in
bring
the
them
mouth.
out.
First one had them in the mouth. I ain't lying. Where the camera at? The man painted them green.
That's when you're poor and you got to keep it
I was
going.
there when they
I
painted
died
them
them
green.
boys. They said what? Before green came out. But
Before
anyway.
green, I ain't lying. He ain't lying. On everything I love.
Hey,
But
hey.
anyway, that's honor God truth, and
So what's your old one? You
What's
want
your-
coming back?
Something you bringing back?
one I will bring. You talking about the shoe?
Fashion.
Fashion.
Shoes, anything.
Ooh, I got the one that we supposed to get.
Them Lotto.
Gators. Shit.
Yeah.
The Gators.
Last one and change this subject because I can go on for days.
A
sheepskin.
Wait.
A sheepskin.
Them spot bills.
Sheepskin.
No, Gators.
Okay.
Sheepskins are still out.
So
They
nice.
bring them
Still,
back.
but they don't look the same.
Dressing
They don't have the
They're
same
not
effect.
spotted.
Spot
They're
bill
not
gym
spotted
shoes.
like that blue.
Them high top boys.
No.
Yeah, we can do. There's a couple.
Dress-
of them.
Yeah, we can
What I will say that
putting
y'all did
clothes
bring
on
back that was back in there. Y'all started
putting
rocking the
clothes
running
on.
shoes,
Kangaroo.
the
Running
Elises,
shoes?
Listen,
Oh,
running
yeah.
shoes and
Kangaroo.
Elises and all that.
Yes,
y'all back and
Elise's
doing
is
that.
back.
how about
Kangaroos.
this? How about this?
Y'all doing it wrong. We used
I
to
thought
rock
it
it
was
with Guess
kangaroo boots.
overall.
Okay,
Guess
y'all
overall.
had y'all
Lord,
conversation.
Lord,
Now you
kangaroo
done messed up.
boots.
This, I told you,
See,
got
this
on here.
is-
Lord, kangaroo
Hall
boots.
models. Yeah, because we
Oh,
don't go.
Yeah.
Hall monitor, kangaroo boots.
Kangaroo boots.
Yeah.
Hall monitor. It's
Oh,
my
and the
turn.
girls had the ones with the nice little
See,
toe and they
why
had
would
no
you not?
colors.
Why
Oh, that
would
was
you
cute
not
as a
be
buck.
quiet when I say hall monitor too?
No, okay.
It's my time.
Oh, I'm just going.
I'm saying if it was gonna be on me, it would be Gators, suits and boots,
Gators still out.
Yes.
like Detroit players always
It's not the
had.
same.
It don't have to just be Gators. It could be Morris. It could be whatever you want. Just dress up.
I'm gonna say
No,
something
dress
that
up.
I like.
That's pimp shit.
Something that I used to want to wear.
Okay, still
What
out.
about
Gators are still out.
jellies?
Oh
Jelly.
yeah, for the girls.
Jellies for the
wait a minute.
girls.
What's
They
the
brought that
Jelly.
back for yours.
And we can't even
saw that in
relate.
the
So why are
70s.
we even talking about it?
Yeah. That
Okay,
was
what
next
about?
topic.
Here's one thing. Okay, what about? Here's something.
What about
Colored Tims. I don't see colored Tims like that. Like the boys that I used to have tailgating, the powder blue Tims.
Well,
Still
I'm
wearing
sorry.
them,
I'm
I
sorry.
ain't seen the powder.
Hold
blue
on.
Tims.
Hold on.
Timberland
Say,
ain't company
who
for it.
home
But they made
model
them
put you
companies
in
that
those
make it.
Timbos?
Oh God, my dad. Yeah.
Where'd you get a sky blue Timbo before
Okay,
it was even
let's
done?
go ahead and do this now
Right,
before it
just
gets to
turn
the
it to
end,
something
before it turns to something else.
Right.
Give
Stick
credit to Father. He is present on the show
Stick to the-
today.
stick to
No,
the
I'm
show.
just saying.
Air claps for him.
Yeah.
Well, was a lasting impression.
Your last time.
Right.
I don't know. I push him to make sure he buy the shit,
Okay,
though.
use it right. Ninja.
Okay, what is something that you can't stand that is hot now in fashion?
Mumble in fashion.
Yeah.
Say mumble right.
The long ass eyelashes.
Long
Oh, I
eyelashes.
hate them. Me and my daughter be beefing. I hate lashes even when they ain't long.
Girl
hate
with
lashes.
belly with a short shirt on.
Crop tops.
No,
Hold on, what was the question again?
Crop tops.
Oh,
Something
my
from fashion you don't
fashion.
want to bring back. Something in fashion.
Bell
I mean that you
bottom.
can't stand right now.
That's
Bell
right
bottoms.
now.
Something that's like right now.
Bell bottom.
Bell. Oh, you don't like bell
bottom would be
bottoms?
mine, too.
Hate that shit.
Okay, then that ain't what I want.
I hate
What
that.
is this shit that I saw on TV like a furry shoe for a guy?
Like,
I don't understand. It's like a furry boot.
You saw it on TV.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
Lil
don't-
Baby was wearing it.
Yeah.
Lil
And
Baby
the
was wearing
women,
it.
Yeah.
women are wearing a boot that
Yeah.
look like they cut off.
They wolf feet.
Like yeah.
Oh, you talking about them hairy furry?
What the hell is that?
The buffalo hair one.
Yeah, what the hell is that, man? That's not cold.
I ain't
It's
gonna lie,
not
man.
sexy.
I don't wear that shit,
I'm not
but my
going
wife did just buy
Back
me
in the
some
day, I
Uggs.
would have never said, "Oh, look at
yeah.
that thing."
Okay, what do you
My
feel
wife
about
bought-
Uggs?
My wife, I would never
like
wear.
Uggs.
My wife bought me some Uggs, some gangster Uggs.
I've been on a pair
That
of
was
Uggs
the
a long
best-
time
That was
ago.
the best
Ain't none.
gift I ever had in my life.
Yeah, I've been, you know what I'm
I
saying?
feel like I'm walking on pillows.
That ain't shit, yeah.
Talking crazy.
I've been on a pair of man Uggs. That ain't nothing.
They the
You know what I'm
gangster
saying?
Uggs. My soul about this damn high.
Oh, no, see, that ain't
And
gangster right
now,
there.
you know what?
No, see, you are
And-
not
and
supposed to
this
have
is
this
how
big,
TV
no.
You edit
You
that.
supposed to have a regular
I know
soul,
you love
brother.
your wife, but that shit.
See,
Wearing
hold
that
on.
shit. See, one thing about it.
Oh,
Y'all gotta think
hell
out the
no.
box sometimes.
There is no reason to be
Sometimes
having
it
no
ain't about
soul
all
like
that. So y'all
this.
talking about they comfortable.
Can you tell me?
Well, let me tell
My
you
back
this.
good. My knees
Larry,
good.
hold on.
You
Yeah,
10
no.
feet off the ground.
They don't
the
sell
soul-
it.
I'm not-
You
Amazon
appreciate
say
these, but
they
I
got
these
gangster
cowboy
Uggs
boots.
The soul ain't what it is. The plastic go up.
You're a
on the
racy
boot.
dresser.
Man, you
understand
know,
that.
they're not supposed to be that, dog.
Man, my boots so comfortable. I'm gonna send you a picture.
They comfortable. I got a
You
pair of
gonna wanna
Uggs
wear
already.
it. You
I
gonna
had,
wanna
I
wear
had a pair of Uggs for a
We
long,
don't
a
hear
long
saying
time
that,
ago.
But the
you
plastic
embrace
go up.
a
It ain't
lot
the
of
heel
this-
of the plastic
this young
go up.
ass
I'm
shit.
about to
Okay,
cop them.
then I'm
No,
gonna
man, you gotta
do.
go with the fashion. You can't.
No,
Let's
you
do the
don't.
final
You
thing.
gotta stick to your shit.
Okay, well, listen up. Let's do the final thing to a fashion before we go into our next one. What is something that you were hip to? Right, something that was new in fashion that you were like, okay, I can kind of deal with that. Something
That
that's
we did it
new in our
before.
era right now, and that you did not do before. But you're like,
I'm about to
okay,
raise my
I
hand
kind of
and
like this. Yeah, I kind of like. You're not
Okay,
in the
I'm gonna put it
classroom.
like
You're in the
this.
hallway.
What the younger generation bought was more of a tailored look. We come from an era of wearing big ass clothes that had pistols and things. Y'all came from an era saying let's be tailored up. But then y'all took it too far, went all skinny with every doggone thing else. But y'all tailored us up, got us right because we was wearing baggy ass pants that you could have a knot of money and 3 pistols in.
Okay, wait, we've got
Young
a
people got more drip than us. Until they got to this.
we've got a caller who tapped in.
No,
Because you ain't had no goddamn
No,
clothes.
they got more drip.
We got a caller.
we got
We had a caller who
I
tapped
don't even
in.
call it drip.
We had a caller who tapped in, and this is something they want to go back to bringing something. Dawn Cooper says a fashion I would love to see come back for the ladies is a sweater dress.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you
Good
something,
looking,
dog.
dog. Good looking, dog.
Let me tell you
Good looking,
something.
dog.
We don't need to see it all. That was form-fitting.
Gigi Hunter.
I wanted to go out with you. That type of thing.
Get in trouble, bro.
No, I'm just telling
Gucci
you.
sweaters?
Was out cold.
That Gucci came out.
Well, they still make sweaters,
Yeah.
but women don't wear
That
them
did
enough.
it.
Yeah.
That did it for us.
Yeah,
In
that
Detroit.
did.
That did it for us in
All
Detroit.
day.
That Gucci,
But to reiterate,
that did it for us.
just on
You
every
put them
scale,
down,
All
just on
day.
every scale of dressing, these young people
You
do
put them
got it,
heels
man. The
on.
ones that
They tailored it up for us. I'm telling you, they made it
It
slick.
ain't just tailored.
We
just-
were
just
not
the-
into that shit. We
just
were
some of
straight
the shit that
out
they wear,
wanting to be
They not scared to
big suits. Either we were big suits or big
Yeah.
jeans.
But,
We were
you-
never
but
that.
we were more scared to venture off into something different.
No, it wasn't. It was that
love-
we had a mentality of that we had to
This is
be
in the box.
covered,
This is what we
especially as men. We had to be covered. We didn't want you to see our fit and things like that.
Yeah,
we wanted to hide. If you was a hood dude, you wanted to be able to
Trying to
tuck
have
your
stomach
pistol
and all that.
and hide that. You wanted to hide your pistol, do all
I
that.
ain't talking about
The
taper
suit.
part of
When
it.
you want to get
Well,
into
shit,
the
that
suits
was
and
totally
things.
different. You remember, I used to wear shit from Incognito. The shit
I'm not
$90.
talking about the
Let's go
taper
there.
part. I'm talking about the fashion.
Okay, the
Yeah,
fashion.
but
These young people.
Fashion's always
Can I
been
speak
there
on
on
I
the
said I'm
fashion?
somebody. I know it's been there. Listen, y'all. Listen.
I
listen.
love-
Y'all gonna
Stop.
debate
What
on the
made
channel.
me
I'm
love
just saying, to
fashion
me,
is the women that
these young
came
people
from
got
Detroit.
when
And
they get
we
far
love. I love that
skinny jeans
women
and
from Detroit wore heels
You said
and dressed the occasion of going
we
out
going
and stepping out on town.
Yeah, like some people are just saying too.
said
Bro,
women
what is he living in?
Some people are saying
No,
we have
we
another
won't.
caller. Another caller says, fashion doesn't just go away; it comes back in another era or another time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give you that.
So essentially, okay.
Oh, yeah.
But I will say I do agree too. Kind of what I was saying in the sense of that the tailor fit, right, with the baggy. How we were
Yes.
all just saying that, like. More now is a little fit. Sometimes it's a little too fit for my liking.
It's too
Some of it is too tight because it's tighter than my skinny jeans, and that's to each his own. I'm not judging.
Not
but
really. I'm
it's
judging.
not my
I'm
interest.
judging.
It's not my
Now
interest.
they wearing bell bottoms.
Yeah, that too. Okay, but the fur coats and stuff is back out now. Gym shoes.
Love them.
Love them, right? Bringing them back. But one thing I will say, something that's new, is now they're making a lot of them more lower tops.
Yeah, break
Yeah.
the ankle. All up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. But I like that.
I
though,
love my
because
dunks.
Okay.
It gives you a little bit
love
of
my
flavor
dunks.
to it.
Okay.
But like what they're doing now, what I do like they're doing now is they taking a dress shoe and they're making a dress shoe
A gym shoe.
a gym shoe.
Yeah.
Which gives you a little bit of more flexibility with it. I do dig that too.
Hold on.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
know that one?
Yeah.
Let's go back.
Oh my
What
God.
I love about Detroit
Yeah, okay.
It's
Love our
back
city.
then was a woman dressed in high heels. You know what I'm talking about? When they
Not
go
really.
out, please, I don't know what one you dated.
Women still wear
I know, but it was more than other cities, and it was more than New York, and it was more than anything
Always,
else.
brother.
Detroit
Yeah,
was
yeah,
the
yeah. We're trendsetters.
second
Yeah, all the way.
of clothes and dressing than anybody. Sure, but anyway, when we went out, we showed out. No matter where we go.
Sold
still
out.
do that now.
Showed
We
out.
still do that
Sold
now.
out, sold
We
out.
know for
I
that
think
now.
the showing out is just different too of what it is, because now it's more acceptable. Before, for girls, you could wear gym shoes to the club now. Before it used to be
that's what he
heels
was trying
only.
to
So
say.
that's what
He
he's
made
getting
it-
at.
I'm trying to say. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
day.
There was just
you
us
wouldn't
wearing.
have got into
Women
no-
was just wearing
what,
heels here.
$1,000 pair of air dunks on, talking about, hey.
Yeah.
Gym shoes
And
didn't
them
come.
motherfuckers ain't laced
Gym
up
shoes
properly.
didn't come
I
to our
understand.
women
Yeah.
when they was talking about going out.
Yeah.
They put on clothes. They put on
You
heels.
can't imagine no more. Like, it's on
No.
display.
We gonna go back to
But okay, but let's go, since we're talking about flexibility, right? And we're talking about things that do's or don'ts and things of that nature. We're going to go ahead and talk about parenting. Since we talk about flexibility, upbringing, and all of that jazz, and what we have and what we didn't, you touched on having to paint your shoes, right? You had kind of conservative parents. I know them very well. Because they're my grandparents. But, going with that, what is some differences? What would you say would be the parenting style? If you had to give one parenting style to back then, what would that parenting style look like? What would it be? What was the average, I guess you could say, was that?
That's a good one.
That's
I
would
really
call it tough
I think it
love.
was individual. It's
Everybody's
tough
self-
love.
Definitely, of course, it's more individualistic.
But I think
I'm
it was
saying if
it
you
was
had
more
to group
it was more of a community parenting because
Great set.
when we were young, you had to respect everybody across the board. Damn sure on your block. On your block.
Flat out.
You know what I'm saying? And if you seen them anywhere out, if you was at the store, even though you were being managed, stealing something or whatever you were doing, you seen Miss Jenkins or whoever it was, you was like, oh, hold up.
And she could reprimand you.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
So that's
Without
community
any
community
repercussions.
parenting. Definitely we don't have
But
that
now
now.
you can't do nothing.
Nothing,
You can't
yeah.
say nothing to nobody kids. You can't
Right.
reprimand
Yeah.
them.
So I think
It's
that's-
none of that.
That's the big I think that's the biggest difference from then and now.
community.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's totally.
Anyone else want to touch on that?
Respect.
More respect?
It's a code that I don't care. Everybody has different parents, but the common denominator with the people that are here, nobody was no angel, and our parents
What are
were
you talking
perfect.
about?
No, but I'm telling you, our parents
was
made sure that
straight
they
and
put
narrow.
that doctrine out there, what you're supposed to go by, and that made you go out here and move how you move. That's the bottom
I don't know.
line.
I was just a good kid.
Yeah, right.
Fuck
But
that.
you know what I mean? You know there was standards. A motherfucker could check you. That's flat, bro.
So basically, I was just asking, parenting back then, how would you group it? How would you classify it? So Uncle Sean said basically community parenting, community style was the style back then. Basically, then. So how would you describe back then's parenting style? Not now, back then still. Do you agree with the community piece or you think it's a little different?
I believe that back then, like you heard it before, it was community parenting, and everybody left their kids to other parents to allow their kid to respect their decision. Now it's like, who cares?
You hollering at my kid.
Holler at my
You
kid.
lying on my kid.
I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
Even with the teachers, and how would you
Teachers
expect?
can't do their job.
They can't do their job, but you won't pay them nothing.
Yeah.
Because 90%
Oh
of
my
the
God.
time, 90% of the
I'm
time,
about to get emotional.
90% of hold on, listen.
Right now.
90%
I
of
told her. I said if they don't want to be taught, it's
Don't want me to get on my soapbox.
because a teacher is a babysitter. As you go to work
We are.
for 8 hours a day, then you talking about you gotta go pick up your
man.
kid,
Yeah.
Sometimes
and then you gotta deal with this wild son of a
The
bitch.
thing is, it's hard.
That's true in my
Teaching
language.
them
No,
that's the way
yeah.
they go
It's
home,
uncut.
and you ain't following suit.
I think,
Yeah.
I think
You know what I mean?
when I look at parenting from the way we were raised, it was structure,
Yeah.
and that structure was, it was church was part of that structure, right? So the things that parents did
Yeah.
were based on what the Bible
Bible
said.
said.
So when folks stopped going to church, then we lost that structure.
Bible ain't even in it.
The Bible's not in it. That those basic rules about Christianity, whether you like Christianity or not, that was our structure. That was our roadmap. And we didn't go outside of those guardrails very much because you bring shame on yourself and your family.
But they ain't not taught morals anymore.
Right.
A lot of kids ain't taught morals no more. If you ain't taught morals,
and some people say, "Oh, Christianity is this or it's that." It's but that structure was there, right?
Yeah.
So that framework was there. So we didn't deviate very much. But now, I don't think we have that. And so since that structure's lost, since we don't have those guardrails anymore, then we're searching for maybe a better way.
But see, now you can go out there and disrespect Miss Johnson.
Oh yeah.
We are riding out. We in underneath that veil. We don't have that.
Yeah.
We underneath. Look, we came here. We've been here. And other people, we just find out the other people saying, and all the history that we heard going to high school, middle school, all the history we've been listening to, has been some bullshit. So now we finding out that, no, we haven't been here. We've been here.
Yeah.
And now it's being new, then other people don't want it new. Our people don't want it. A lot of our people don't want it new.
But what you taught in history shouldn't affect how you come in my household.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
It has all the respect. It has all the effects of that.
I don't care what studies you've been taught in school.
Look here, I come from the country, bro.
But we were keeping it to the basics of this, not to cut anybody off. The bottom line is that there's a missing piece on how we're being raised now.
Right. How you been? And your kids right now, your grandkids.
We've seen it earlier. And we're trying to get there. I don't think it's nothing that on this point that we a lost generation. I do think that, man, it's
been missing.
It's been missing.
But then let me add this before we go to our next break. Is one thing to sit on, right? You talk about the structure that used to be back then, right? And having that. And that's a big part. And even community. Because now you can't say anything to anybody else's kid. Flat out, especially in the classroom. Don't. And then now we have technology and everything. I'm on you. It is what it is. Don't say that to my child. You stepping out and doing all of this. But one thing is the simple fact that, do you think that it also hindered you in a way back then because it was so much structure that you rebelled more?
No, I was gonna be who I was gonna be. But I was a good kid.
He's trying to throw that curve on me.
I didn't give my parents any problems.
I think you need
anything like that. I was a very good kid.
Okay, we actually have a caller coming in.
But anyway, keep going with it.
Okay, we got a caller coming in too that wants to mention on it. Hello?
I wanted to comment on the style of parenting. And it used to be back in my day that, it was do as I say, not as I do. And now it's a bunch of freedom of speech. You get to do what you want, when you want, and how you want. My husband used to always say, like when we were raising our daughter, he used to always say kid zone when she came into the room with a bunch of adults. Now it's you my homie and you my boy, you my girl. We hanging out at the club and doing whatever. So a lot more strict, a lot more separation.
And that's the problem. Now I'm your friend.
I'm your friend. Yeah, now it is. A lot of it is teaching as I'm your friend, I'm your bestie. But I also think it's because of undealt with trauma, right? So nobody wants to talk about it. So because it was so much structure and things back then, and you had to bottle a lot of things up, and you were like, okay, so by the time I get to my kid, I'm going to allow them more freedom and things like that. And so some people are so busy trying to undo generational curses that they're sometimes getting too loose in the undoing, right? To the point where now your kid is too free. Your kid is allowed to say too much. Your kid doesn't have any boundaries or doesn't know what boundaries are because we're so busy trying to say, I want my kid to be able to speak up because I wasn't able to speak up to my parents. I wasn't comfortable enough to tell my parents this and that. So now it's like, okay, I want you to be able to tell me everything. And now your kid is kind of talking out their ass, going out the wazoo like, actually, you're this, you're that. And it's like, hold on. We're forgetting to teach them the boundary piece. Yes, you can advocate for yourself, but what are the limitations and what advocating looks like? So I think that's also another fact that is like a double-edged sword, is that we're doing a good job in trying to break those curses, but then we're also pouring a little too much, fire to the thing because now they're too free.
And they're seeing everything.
Yes, so much access. So we're going to go ahead and tap back, but we're going to go ahead to break. Keep calling in. Thank you so much for those who have commented, said their piece. Keep doing it, and we'll catch you in the hallways again. All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Hall Pass. It's a whole lot going on, okay? But it's some good things going on, right? So we ended off at a good, sweet spot, right? We talked a lot about what's going on with parenting, the differences, the changes, right? And I ended off kind of with a bang, right? I kind of put some things on their table and I said, at the end of the day, some of us are trying to, I'm not going to say some of us, because I don't have any children. Those who do. Those who have children who are younger or in more of my generation are trying to, quote unquote, break generational curses, right? And so they're trying to make sure that their child feels comfortable enough to talk to them. But we're talking about the imbalance that can actually occur during that time, right? Some of these kids are speaking a little too freely. And some of it is because, too, we have young parents. We have younger parents out here who are trying to figure things out as they go. One thing that was mentioned while we were on break is, too, sometimes you can't figure out who the parent is and who the child is because we're all dressed the same. That might be another issue as well, right? But it's another thing that I want to kind of bring up, too, that we're touching on is mental health, right? And now I would argue that mental health is talked about more than it has ever been talked about before. And I feel that in this case, it's a good thing. Because I think that this baggage and this trauma was occurring back then, but it wasn't ever addressed. Or if it was trying to be addressed, it was more so, hey, get it together, move on. Hey, get over it, let's keep pushing, right? And so we coped and did what we had to do, and sometimes that manifested into bad habits. Or you did, and you got lucky enough to learn through and kind of push past it. So I would say is, how do we feel about the topic of mental health now, and why don't you think it was discussed back then?
Fear.
I think it's more. It is a real thing, but I think it's used too much as an excuse to do some of the bad behavior that we do.
Yeah.
Today. Mm-hmm. Back then, you were called a fool or an idiot or a demon, and that's what you were called if you kept doing just crazy things. Mm-hmm. Now, it's used as an excuse to do, oh, he did it because he's got a mental health issue. So, it's a good and bad side to it. I think both behavior, both point of view is correct. Mm-hmm. Because I think, some of these people use it as an excuse to do what they're doing. And then some people truly need help and need help to work.
For sure. Some things are taken lightly. I agree. I feel like, what do you feel like, though, based off of people even that you grew up with, right? Because mental health wasn't talked about back then. Do you feel like some things probably would have changed?
I deal with mental health issues. My mother had mental health issues. Her mother did. Mm-hmm. So when you holding it in, all you doing is bringing it into your offspring.
Yeah.
So I learned how to deal with my mental health issues more now than I did in the past coming up as a child. You know what I mean? And it's real.
Yeah.
Some people make excuses up, but mental health issues is real in our community, the black community.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
For sure.
Sometimes just getting up every day, it is
struggle.
a struggle. You know what I mean? It's real,
Yeah.
especially things that you go through in life. It's real. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a real thing. It's a real issue.
I think it's big too on what you kind of touched on too, is the simple fact of you can give that trauma to your offspring.
Pass it down.
You can just continuously pass it down, right? It's just like it's going to continue to be this cycle. And when are we going to stop it? So did your family growing up, if you could touch on some experiences, was mental health talked about in your household? Or was it more of like, if it was talked about, it was like, hey, shut it down?
Never.
Not in the black community.
Never. My mama never said.
Only thing was saying he just crazy.
Yeah.
That boy fucking crazy. Crazy.
That's what it is, though. Sometimes it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
But that ain't helping. Man, you gotta talk.
So yeah, so that mental health piece, one, we should not be keeping it secret.
No.
You know, on that parenting piece, no, beating your kids don't work. I mean, that's just a non-starter.
And then you be beating them, you don't even know how to fuck.
I mean,
they don't know why you beating them.
So you're not beating them to correct them.
No.
You're beating them to satisfy
upset.
yourself.
Exactly. It's for you.
So it's not that's not going to
I used to get so many whippings. I didn't even know why my mom was whipping my ass. I ain't gonna lie.
And
I knew what I got my ass
secrecy,
whipped for.
The
Even though I was a good
secrecy.
kid.
I think secrecy is a big thing too, right?
I was a good
Because
kid, bro.
I don't got to ask your mama about that. Ask mama about that
it's
shit.
even good to talk about too,
She
right?
gonna tell you I was a good
Secrecy in
kid.
the sense of like this whole thing. I remember my first class of my second bachelor's for education was talking about this thing of child innocence. And this thing of trying to keep the innocence of a child, but really, is a child innocent, right? What are some things that they actually can know? Is it okay for them to know? And I think that's kind of where the secrecy comes in at, right? Where parents kind of shield because out of protection, right? You want to protect your offspring or whatever the case may be, but sometimes it's to a fault. Or even, we know we can make a joke now. I remember being told, go to the kids zone. Because I couldn't be upstairs, you know. Go to the kids' home.
Somebody, hold on. You want to interject on this? You want to feel good?
And it's fine. And it's fine, but it also brings out conversation
You went to
too.
solitary. You didn't go to the kids' zone.
No.
You went to solitary.
No. Because
Stop
as
this.
As a parent, your kid's gonna be, if you still living, your parents could be 99 years old and you could be 79 years old. That's still gonna be your kid, and you're still gonna parent.
We supposed to.
Yeah.
So that's the
I mean,
parent.
if you
A parent never loses love for their child. A parent will never outdo parenting. A parent will never outdo parenting, man.
Okay,
Still
so
do that.
speaking of outdoing parenting, then
mean,
let's
you know,
go ahead and switch gears then to schooling, right? Because we talk about things that follow it in the house, and we touch on some mental health and things of that nature and outspoken children. But now, me, especially being an educator, there's a lot of different things, even from me. Like, I'm not even far removed necessarily from my elementary and middle school or high school journey, but even the kids that I'm teaching today, it's totally different than the respect that I was giving when I was in school. These teachers now are not believed because of what the kid says. Before, back then, I used to be afraid. If my teacher told me you were going to call my dad in particular, I'm like, please, let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it, because I ain't trying to go home and get the biggest belt you ever seen. He gonna lie and say he never whooped me, y'all. I'm not saying call CPS, but he did. And it's true. He talking about he got tapped. He did not tap me. If you see this man, he did not do no little tip of tap. He is not a tip of tap a man. But
mama and them coming up and acting a fool, they don't even get to dad.
no, and now you have these phones.
If dad did.
But really, I want to talk about the difference of how the student's word goes. And there's some good thing about it, right? Because in some instances, you want your parent to say, no, like, believe me, mom, the teacher is kind of telling a little story. But now it's completely like the parent isn't listening to the teacher at all. Anything that's coming out the teacher's mouth is false. If my child says you did this, that's what it is.
I think it should be regulated took a picture of video and
They don't
everything.
video
How?
I don't think you need to do all
Yeah,
that.
Nope,
you
no
have
video.
to
I
know you
because
don't. I mean,
because
By law, we cannot video.
okay, well, hell,
I think
the
it should be
teachers are
video
going through
the way
hell
things are
trying
now.
to teach y'all, kids, and teach
really,
us.
really,
In the minute, hold on, in the minute, y'all gonna be listening to AI.
Yeah.
Teaching your kids because
We not
right
doing
now,
that.
as of right now, there's no teacher that want to be in the class with these raggedy ass son of a bitches that y'all ain't got no control over, that you ain't beating their ass. I came, look here, I'm gonna tell you some real shit. I ain't know about you light skinned motherfuckers, but I came in, my mama from South Georgia. Meta, Georgia. I got my ass.
you was from Georgia.
Cause look, I'm from Georgia by a line from Detroit. I got my ass whooped when I look. I got.
And what did it change you? Hold on.
No,
Wait.
you're not letting me finish.
Back to the topic.
No,
Back to the
that's the
topic.
topic.
What did
It's
the
about
whooping- what did the
whooping
whooping
ass
do
in
for you?
school.
What
It
did
did
the
a
whooping
lot.
do for you, though?
It did a lot. It
What
did
did it
a
do?
lot.
What did it do?
It might not
Did
make
it-
me feel good.
Did it turn you to a president? Did it make you a
it
CEO?
It made me respect my teachers.
Remember Miss Price used to hold your hand?
You
down?
ain't lying. So you remember? And not only that, remember your daddy, a military guy? And
But
got you
know where we
straight
going.
up and
Let's
down.
go back to the topic.
No, that's the same topic.
I'm gonna tell
Structure
you,
is
on the real.
structure.
It's
Structure.
needed.
That's what he's saying.
It's structure.
I know what he talking about.
I'm gonna let this motherfucker look here. Black people came up in a time where we came
Black
from
people still
we
coming
came
up.
from
What
getting
you talking
whooped, but we was whooping ass before we got whooped. So that was one of our things. What we did was discipline.
Niggas need to raise
Discipline is meaning don't do that no more.
Teachers ain't supposed to raise
If you
them
beat a
kids.
fly, you
Raise
kill a
them
fly.
kids.
Why you can't slap a goddamn ass on?
All
So
the
you
kids.
thinking the
Raise
teacher
your own
should?
kids. The
So we
teachers
should
ain't
go back
raise
to
your
teachers
No,
being able to whoop kids.
No.
Yes, because that's
No,
back
there's
to what we
nothing
said
wrong with
earlier.
respect.
Not with.
Community. That's back to community.
Community
parenting.
teaching.
I could talk to your
All right,
kid
so we've
without
got a caller coming in now.
Oh, okay.
Caller, go
Way out of
ahead and
pocket.
tell us who you are.
Anonymous.
Oh, anonymous.
All right, go ahead, Anonymous. Go ahead and tell us your thoughts.
I feel like school is so different now than it was when a lot of you guys were growing up for the generation now. Number one, these kids had COVID. So they didn't go to school when, the first couple of years of their school was done online. As well as my son has 42 kids in his fourth grade class. So often the teacher doesn't know who said what. They just trying to look at a kid and say, okay, it was you. So a lot of times parents, in certain situations, will believe their child because they know their kid. Like, my kid didn't do this. Like, let's talk about it. No, I don't agree that parents should be cussing out the teacher or anything like that. But I do think that there needs to be a conversation with the teacher before just not believing your kid.
Do you think it should be cameras in the classroom? Video?
I do. I absolutely, for the kids' safety as well as the teacher safety, because it's some crazy kids. It is some kids that's getting beat every day. It's some kids that ain't had a meal. Food is the only thing they have to look forward to. Yeah. So, they don't know how to act. It's a lot of unsocialized kids. Somebody said babies having babies. Babies is having babies.
Yeah, they are.
And and these kids are the unfortunate product of babies having babies.
That's true.
It's a safety tone. It's really
For some
a safety tone
kids.
for both
For some kids, yes.
and the teacher. It's hard to teach. Right?
I do think there should be waivers. I think that, it needs to be a waiver on both sides. So a parent should be aware that their kid is going to be filmed and that there should be stipulations around what the filming is going to go towards. Like, is this going to be something that, I don't want something that's going to follow my kid for the rest of their life, because the person my kid is at 8 ain't going to be the person that my kid is at 28, And they shouldn't have to live through what happened at 8 at 28, you know what I mean?
Do you have little kids?
I have 3.
I'm talking about what age groups?
I have a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 9-year-old.
So you're a 9-year-old. Okay. I understand what you're
Bless your heart, first of
So
all.
I kind of have it in each area. I have a pre-K-er, I have a kindergartner, and I have a 4th grader. So my fourth graders started school during COVID, so they don't have the socialization skills. They aren't able to have that attention span. Those kids struggle very, very hard with the reading and the writing, so they just give up.
Yes.
Well, let me ask you this.
Definitely, COVID kids are totally different. The exposure, socialization, understanding, especially being in a classroom.
Anxiety is a lot different for them.
Yes.
We put so much fear into those COVID kids. Oh, you're going to get sick. You're going to get sick. You can't talk to people. And they living off of that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Thank you, first of all, for even calling in. I think she came up with some very good points.
Oh, I just wanted to ask her.
Oh, yeah.
Are you still on the line?
No, I think
Mm-hmm. If I'm still here.
So when your kid leave the house to go to school, do you tell them, hey, when you're in school, you give your teacher the respect that you give mommy? When you're there in school.
Absolutely. Me and my kids say, on my mama, on my hood, I look fine, I look good. Took my flag, I wish they could. We got a whole mantra.
So you
I'm a winner, you a chicken dinner.
That's what's up.
My kids have a mantra going into school, and they know that my kids. That's why I feel like you should talk to the teacher first, because I know what I've instilled into my kids.
Yeah.
And I know teachers are quick to judge because it's so overwhelming when you got, 42 kids in one class and you're trying your best as a teacher to cater to each kid's learning style.
Yeah, it is. It's stressful. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
See you, sweetie.
Yeah. I think that's definitely big to talk about too. Is COVID and kids and bringing that up as well. But two, just really touching on that parenting. I also think that to help, as we talked about babies raising babies, to combat that is parent resources. So classes that should be offered, because there's a lot of outreach communities that are a part of inner city schools that people don't know about, and I think more needs to be brought there. Parent workshops too, on really kind of, unfortunately, it's an unfortunate circumstance, but we need to meet the needs of what our community needs. So how to do homework with your child, because some people think that that's not a necessity. How to, relate or put in structure. I can't even tell you, I can count like multiple times, like past my hand actually, where I have given parents advice. And again, I don't have kids, but on how to add structure in their household, how to give chore charts, how to discipline. And especially the biggest thing that scares me is,
well, how many chore charts you've had in your life?
Listen, I had some chores. Everybody think I had a silver spoon.
Chore charts, though.
Chore chart? No, I just knew what to do. So, but see, that was the difference, right? I didn't need a chore chart. I didn't need a chore chart because my parents told me what to do. I knew I had a routine. When I got home, I had to clean.
Was it your parent or your mom?
I had to get to the table. I had to put my homework folder out so my parents knew what was for them and what was for them to sign. I knew to change out of my clothes. I knew to get my homework done. I knew to get, showered. Then when I did sports, so it was a routine. A lot of these parents don't know how or where to even start with a routine. So having those resources is important.
You say you don't have kids.
No.
But you're teaching kids every day. Those are your kids.
Those are my kids, literally. So I can tell you, I get called mom at least almost every other day.
You know how to deal with kids more than us, and we got kids because you deal with multiple kids.
But it's even scarier now too, because a lot of, not only our females, our female students, parents are saying, I don't know what to do there, but also my boy moms are literally coming to me saying, like, I don't know what else to do. I don't know. Like, he just being him. I don't know how else to get this. I don't know what else to do. And it's like they're just giving up, and then that's what's occurring. So it's like, what do we do to continuously combat that?
Go find your baby daddy. Go find your baby daddy.
No.
Sometimes
yes. Go find your baby daddy.
I agree with the same structures in our family.
We come from a different era.
We came up in.
We came from a different era.
You can't deviate.
Hold on. Okay.
But you can't give extra family members, right? Unfortunately, these kids are also dealing with adult issues. These kids are dealing with adult issues where they don't have an uncle. They don't have somebody down the street, right? We talked about
Well, that was the
parenting
premise
back
of what you
then.
brought up.
It's
Yeah.
community,
They have
exactly.
uncle, but they
So
uncle in
what?
the same- in the same shit
What
they
is
into.
the advice? Exactly, or that too. The uncle
what
doing
it
the
is.
same thing.
Same
So what do we
bullshit.
do to combat that? What is
It's
the
gonna be a
one
part
piece
two
of
of this.
advice?
Yo, it's gonna
be a part
too
two
much
of
that
this.
we can't get into.
It's gonna be a
Well,
part 2 of this.
we-
So
You know what I mean?
here's how we'll sum it up. One piece of advice you would give to someone parenting right now in this day and age.
How old
And
would
some
they
of you on this show are still
Doesn't matter.
parenting.
Before you
What are you
before you
trying to
get
say?
to
Hold
whipping
on.
your kids
All
and
right.
putting them on
I'm gonna
punishment.
beat the shit out of them. So let's get on that.
No, before you do all that,
Old
ask
school.
them
I'm from
why.
South Georgia, nigga.
What
That's
made
why
you
they
You're
do
do
not
this.
from Georgia. Stop
I
saying
don't know why. I don't know why you keep
Okay,
saying
who's
that.
starting else? So Uncle Lee's advice was
Whoop that
go
the
back
shit
to
out of
whooping
Belt
the
ass.
belt to ass. Well,
Belt
people,
ass.
as the kids call that now, BTA, and they normally talk about that with sports.
What's
So
that
we'll go
mean?
ahead, BTA, belt to ass.
Belt ass.
Mm-hmm. All right,
agree
so you, what's your
Why did you
one
go
piece of
this
advice?
way? I
Because they
thought-
going in
It's going
rotation,
that way,
man.
nigga.
God,
I
I mean, damn. I'm sorry.
Dang, you got cousins on
Quash
me?
that out.
Yeah, hold on.
Go ahead, go
You
ahead.
can't have bow. I'm sorry, you can't do it that way. But I
Piece of
hate to
advice.
sound
Not right now.
real simple. Honestly, it's not about living right, but I'll tell you this: it is living right. You can't do what I can do. It sounds really crazy what I'm about to tell you. You are a kid. You are a kid. You have to listen. Your kid needs to listen to you. You are the elder. You are the spokesman. You have to show them the proper way. And if they're not doing that, you've lost it.
Okay.
You will lose that kid to anything. So you have to say, this is what it is.
For example.
You can be fucked up. I wasn't perfect in front of my daughter, but when she came, reboot, she gonna see what it is. So you have to present what the fuck you want your kid to be. And I believe if you present that to your fucking kid, excuse my language,
They don't always follow.
they will follow you.
No, they don't always follow.
I said it's
Okay.
a perfect world. I'm just
Okay,
telling
that's
that's what you do.
Okay, go ahead.
That's it.
Your piece of advice for parenting.
Conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Yeah, before you kick ass, why?
Yeah.
Why did you do this? And me, my mother, single mother, raising me, it was ass kicking first. One never why.
No conversation.
You know,
behind it.
what happened, this and that. It was just, so that can't be the first response. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's the only thing, conversation,
Okay.
you know.
Larry.
And then kick ass.
Looking at me. I'm a
Yeah.
bitch ass.
Lee, and then kick ass.
I'm still
Lee.
whooping on their ass.
Uncle Larry.
I'm
Uncle
all
Larry.
that. So go ahead, lad.
So I would say first, just listening to everybody, just advice for us. You can't make nobody do nothing.
No.
You can't control nobody. So if we walk in the situation thinking I am going to control you,
You lost.
you've already lost.
Yeah.
Right? So if you look at whatever you choose your true north to be, if that true north sounds something like I am putting this child in the best position to be successful, then every decision you make is going to be the right decision. But if you look in the mirror and you say, oh, you know what, I made that decision for me. Or I made that decision based on what I used to go through or how I felt, you should always be able to come back to say, you know what, this is the decision that I'm making that puts this child in the best position to be successful. So
That's what it's about.
All right.
Okay. Taking from each one of these people's perspective, I agree. Belt to ass. Being involved,
Yeah.
asking why, and then having a plan. It's how you do it. It's basically being involved, giving your children what they need to have when they need it. I mean, every time, sometimes you can send them out the door. But when they come back, that question why, that conversation, that love, that hug. Or if they went out there and did something crazy, belt to ass, flat out. So I think it's a collective of everything. You can't, and that's the thing that's back to the community aspect of it totally, is that there's no one correct way to do it. But you got to hit time to right. Well, I mean, it's your first time, but when you're gonna that third and fourth kid, you know what I'm saying? You still got to be able to implement all that. So it's still always a community, because you can learn from that person. You can learn from somebody from the South.
Yeah.
You can learn from somebody who's
Conservative.
Conservative and got a podcast.
Yeah.
You can learn from a knucklehead, and you can learn from somebody that's got some sense. And then you learn from just a good kid.
He's an ass.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a community thing. Nobody's smarter than everybody.
No.
So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
I want to ask you
I
one
think
more
that's a good
question.
thing.
I agree with you, and I agree.
And then I know this probably for
love the
another
way how you put it.
episode.
Yeah, right before we can ask the question, then we're going to go to break. Go
I
ahead.
just wanted to ask,
There's no.
what?
Oh, yeah.
I just want to ask one question. Why do this new generation think everything's supposed to come easy, and you want to take the easy route? I ask my daughter this all the time, cause this to my daughter,
Easy way.
the easy way.
Because we don't teach them right.
No, I've been teaching her right,
Hold on now. That's.
but she
That's a
want the
layered
On this
one,
commercial.
too.
Hold on.
We might as well go to break. And
Hold on.
Yeah.
We going to break.
We'll
Guess
come
what?
back. We'll come back and touch on that.
Okay.
And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to end it on a light note with our game of this and that. So catch us back in the hallway, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Back, you guys, and before we close it up, you always know I have to go out with a little softer, right? So we've had some good times, right? We've gone down, we've gone to the back, we've gone to the past, we've talked about now, we've also given advice for parenting, talked about the differences in schooling, and now I just want to go ahead and we're going to play a little this or that, right? So the object of the game is, would I want this or would I want that? And so the first thing we're going to start off with is a piece of fashion. And we're going to go either the Retro 4s or the Jordan 12s.
Oh, that's easy. Something. I just bought that Retro Force. It's one of the coldest Jordans ever.
So 4s?
Yeah. Force.
Okay.
All day.
What's the 12s? What's the 12s look like?
Here, let me pull them up.
I don't know what's these I got on, Marty.
Oh, those are threes. Unbelievable. My favorite.
Yeah, those are the 3s. Yeah.
These are the 12s.
Oh, I'll go with
Show
the
me
I
the
stopped
fours.
collecting.
Because I got
What
Georgia
are the
on.
fours?
I will go with
These
the
are the
4s.
4s.
I will go with the 4s.
We started.
Oh, I got the blue ones. Of
The
the
fours.
I don't even pay
Fours.
attention to the
Fours
fucking
on
numbers.
Yeah.
I just remember when I couldn't get them, but now I got all of them.
Even better.
God damn it.
Okay, let's go to music. Nas.
No, everybody just said what their favorite
Yeah,
one
they did
was.
Oh, Uncle Lee didn't say 4s or
Marty,
12s.
they
Marty
say what
Larry
the
was
heck
like,
is
I couldn't get nothing.
And Uncle Larry said 4s.
Oh,
I
I'm
tell
sorry. I'm not.
What would you go, 4s or 12s?
Michigan. Remember the Michigans?
No, not Jordans. I know the ones you're talking about. So you excluded.
The Michigan.
Okay, go. I'm sorry.
Hell, we took the fours. You got the
No, you
they're
talking about
Nike.
the blue Michigan Nike.
No. The thing was 4s or 12s.
Came out.
All right, here we
You
go.
had the blue ponies.
Music.
go ahead.
Music. Nas or Jay-Z?
Nas.
Oh my God!
Nas.
Uh-oh.
Somebody's about to break down.
Literally.
Let's get this. Let's
Nas
get
I
this.
gotta go with Nas.
Okay. Oh my
Go
God!
Nas.
Nas.
I'm very surprised.
Ask him Nas or Snoop, see what he said.
Hey man, stop the play, man.
What do you say? Nas
Well, I'm
or
a definitely,
Jay-Z?
and I'll definitely support Nas before I support Jay Z.
Okay.
Jay Z has no contract.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Oh my
Okay.
God! Larry, I know you're just
Nas
doing
or
that.
Do
Jay-Z?
you give your ass kick when you leave my house?
Right.
Awesome
No,
Trey.
that's not the option.
Oh, that was
Nas
Nas
or
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z?
Nas.
Nas.
Easy.
And awesome Dre. Wait a minute. This is
Detroit.
better
He from
Detroit
Detroit.
rappers than we can go.
Hold on now.
From that
A-Wall.
You want to put
Detroit
that?
Money.
A-Wall was my man. You
Detroit
don't want
Money.
none of
I'm
this.
talking about it now since I brought it up.
Monty Ski.
Oh, hold on. You cannot
Let me
bring
tell
that cat. No, stop.
I'm just telling you, Detroit Most Wanted. I like that
Detroit
music.
Most
I'm
Wanted
sorry
was
you
cool,
weren't
but
there.
we can get some.
Dougie Fresh or Heavy D?
Dougie Fresh. all
Heavy
day.
D.
Heavy D.
Oh,
Heavy
Dougie
D.
Fresh.
You know what?
Heavy D.
Oh,
Dougie Fresh.
Heavy D. Dougie Fresh had the bigger hits, but really wasn't him because it's Slick
Why
Rick.
are you clapping?
Heavy D had the most talent and swag.
Problem with that is, let me tell you what the problem on that is real.
Heavy D, nah. Dougie Fresh.
Dougie Fresh, my man, he was challenged.
You talking about that?
Only thing you like about Heavy D is when he died. That's it.
Every song he had.
See, don't disrespect Heavy D like that, bro.
Yeah.
Heavy D had some hits, bro.
And he produced a lot.
Yeah, and he
Heavy D
produced
had
and
more
wrote.
hits than Dougie Fresh.
Yeah, way more.
Bottom line, you know, I'm from
Here
this
goes-
side of town.
Go ahead,
Y'all from
man.
the
We
other
forgot
side
you
of
from
town.
Atlanta. We forgot you
Nigga,
from
I'm
Atlanta.
trying to tell you, Dougie Fresh.
From Atlanta, Africa.
I mean, Dougie Fresh,
I'm
if
going
you
with
want
that.
to
Let me tell you this.
Dougie had the bigger
I'm
hits.
going with
Y'all want to say Dougie had the bigger hits?
No, Heavy had the big.
No, he didn't,
I
man.
gotta go
Heavy
with
did.
Doug. It's gonna fuck me
Right,
up.
okay,
Don't
Heavy
ever
did.
diss Heavy. Don't
Okay.
you ever.
Heavy D did.
But you said don't diss Heavy. Really?
I don't even.
Who's still fucking?
Well, you know that. You know that.
KRS.
You know that nigga.
Eric B. and
You know that nigga is not gonna tell you. Listen,
He's over here
Heavy had
over
more
here heavy.
hits. Dougie had the bigger hits.
Some
It's a
KRS.
bigger
Dougie had
hit that Dougie did.
Dougie's a bitch.
I'm over here with the
all
Valley
all
Snake.
ladies.
I had those.
All
Wait a
ladies.
minute,
all
but that's
models.
Slick Rick though. You're disrespecting the game.
KRS
Okay.
All your
Eric
names.
B. and Rocky.
Now, on to the next thing, bro. You know.
All right,
Okay.
what's the next one? What's
All
the
right.
next one? We ain't gonna be side out.
Don't ever diss.
Chico Stick or Snickers?
Snickers.
Snickers, that's no question.
Snickers
We
out
come on.
there.
What are you talking about?
Niggas on the real
It's-
niggas,
it's
they walk
Olympics-
around
it's
with
Olympics
their
snack.
mouth.
Stick in my life.
Right.
Wow, really? My mom loved Chico
Sneak
Stick.
up on your ass.
Yeah,
But they ain't fucking with a
That's
Snickers.
it.
They ain't fucking with a Snickers.
I've been at work like I'm hungry.
You would
I
have been
ain't
better
a
off
Snickers.
saying
Okay.
whatchamacallit.
Anita Baker
Ooh, man.
or Patti LaBelle?
Oh,
Patty!
Anita just because she's from Detroit.
But I love Anita.
No, I
Just
said
because she's in Detroit.
I said Anita.
And I got a
I'm
mean
sorry.
story about Anita, so I got more
want you,
connection to that.
baby.
Okay,
You know
okay.
what I'm saying?
Luther
Get it.
Luther.
Yeah,
He
ain't
went
too
there.
many
Hold
fucking
on
with
one
Luther.
step, because you've been on the Luther thing.
Look,
Unless you say Prince.
look,
Right. We got to
You
work.
ain't about Prince,
we-
but you've been on the Luther thing the last hour. I know what's going on.
Luther.
You saw that documentary.
No, I
sorry,
didn't.
Brian.
You ain't seen the documentary? I mean, you need to get on it.
My
man.
mama know I
Luther.
love Patty.
Oh my
Luther or who?
Yeah, I apologize.
But Luther won that one, though. Because Luther,
Come
yeah.
on, Luther who, babe?
Yeah.
Luther who?
I'm not sorry, Almighty.
Gerald Levert?
Nah, come on, don't shit up.
Luther or who?
Eddie
Who
Levert?
could? That's
Or
a-
Johnny Gill?
Oh, hell
Fuck
no.
out of here.
Man, that's his
But
son.
that lets
Right.
you know her
That's
age.
his son.
Since she-
Okay, next question. We setting this all up.
You
But
should have
on the
tried.
next
real,
one.
You
who
should've
could
tried
go
to
against
say-
Luther?
You should have tried to
That's
say.
a good subject.
Okay,
Levert.
Prince
Prince.
Prince.
or Michael Jackson?
Prince.
Barely.
Only these
It's
lame
acquiring
cats.
taste.
Only these lame cats is gonna say Michael Jackson.
I'm gonna say man.
No, you can't
I've
go
been
wrong.
get the fuck out of here.
Prince.
Jackson.
It's
nigga.
Prince. I
You ain't had
got
much
much
shit right tonight, but you got that shit right.
Just because we call Prince,
that.
he
But
got
don't
more
you
shit
ever
than
play with
Prince
that
do.
guy with that
And-
silver
and
glove.
Prince
Don't
You
you
can't
ever
go
play
wrong.
with that nigga that say
Fruit Loop or Boot Loop.
Don't you ever fuck with him.
You can't
He's
go
that had the
wrong.
best
Certain-
women.
Certain
Michael
songs
Jackson.
she ain't gonna know as she grown as
It
hell.
don't matter.
Slick Rick or Method Man?
Meth.
Slick Rick.
Slick Ricks. Don't disrespect. Don't
And I ain't
respect the
gonna
ruler.
dance.
You just asked about
Only
Dougie
reason why I
Fresh.
met the man when he
Come
shot
on,
Bob
man.
and-
You
Slick.
can't disrespect the Rick the
Exactly.
ruler.
Easy E
Easy E.
or Ice T?
Easy E.
Ice-T.
Easy
But he
E.
had to lose his mind.
Easy
It's
It's almost a tie.
motherfucking
It's almost a
E.
tie, but Ice-T.
He
It's
do.
almost a
He
tie.
Fuck y'all.
Ice-T.
Hey,
Ice-T
bro,
right
Easy
along with
E.
that.
And I love Ice-T.
Director.
I love
Director.
Ice-T.
He strung out since day one I met him. They same
I
height,
started this
thinking they
whole
get
thing.
He did, but
Ice-T
Easy
shit.
Easy
He
E
loved
made
that
his
shit.
shit.
No, Ice-T started.
all day.
Ice-T
Ice-T
started,
is the
but Easy E
Run DMC or Too Short?
DMC, nigga.
Run DMC.
right. Done DMC, right? You
But
that's
that ain't even.
you're like being
You
violating
fucking
a
got
lot
it
of
rude.
shit.
She like Jesus or Marty? Like, come on, man. Yeah,
She
Jesus.
better
I got
say
one for Luther.
Marty.
Okay, give us one for
Look,
Luther. Come on,
I got
DJ
one
Don.
versus Luther.
DJ Don
You
got
got
one.
one with
All
Luther?
right.
Charlie Wilson or Luther?
Ooh.
Luther, man, get the fuck out of here.
But you know what? You know what?
What do you do?
That's
Charlie
why
Wilson
you're the
kills him.
director. Because that was who else could go against Luther?
So look,
What did he say?
Who else could go
this
against
is
Luther?
a running conversation on
Charlie Wilson.
on the Jungle Juice podcast.
Yeah.
I'm Team Luther all day, but
All day.
somebody else on our show, he
No,
always
I'm
Team
not mad
Charlie.
at that person
He
whoever
Team
said
Uncle Charlie. He Team
Charlie
Uncle
was saying he
Charlie.
was on coke
Uncle Charlie
so
got some hits
All
now,
you
but
gotta do
Luther,
is
I
go
don't know.
hear
You can't
it
be-
now.
you can't be Luther.
I love Maple
You know
Leaf.
what?
Trying
Luther
to tell you, nigga.
Luther is responsible for probably 1 million babies being born like Teddy is.
Yeah.
And I'm
Mint
pretty sure
condition.
Uncle Charlie is.
Make it.
Hold on.
Mint condition or new edition.
New edition.
No addition.
Make edition.
I mean, it's
No,
disrespectful.
it's
Your
no
parents,
safety
your
valve
parents,
now.
some of
That's
the
why
wrong.
your black
New edition
ass is
is
from
the greatest
That's my
boy
dog.
band
Make edition.
ever.
You said make a
Get the
edition?
Michigan edition.
He
Man, I'll stab belt for y'all up here. Now don't
Okay,
get no
what-
bring the hood out of me.
What
Y'all
about
niggas
Jagged
foul
Edge?
as hell.
Marty.
What if I throw
New
Jagged
edition.
Edge?
New edition.
New edition or Jagged
New,
Edge?
listen,
New edition.
all you gotta do is play two songs from New
Jagged
Edition,
Edge.
kill anything, man.
Yo, you're right.
Boys to
You're
Men
right.
and Can You Stand the Rain kills anything.
What
You're
about
right.
Boys to Men or 112?
You
right.
play
Boys to Men.
You're right. You're right.
112?
no 112. What,
Boys to
what,
Men.
Over Boys to Men?
yeah, they're better singers. They're better
Boys to Men
singers.
group or 112?
Boys
They
Man
said
group
112.
is bigger than
That
No,
should've been
Boys
a,
to Men
Boys
is
to Men
better
against the
singers, but
Jordans.
one still have more bangers.
Listen.
Nobody-
Jagged Edge or Jodeci?
Jodeci.
Jodeci, one of the greatest songs we have.
Jagged Edge
Lord.
got a song.
Are you crazy?
Yeah.
I will get my high tech
Listen,
boots.
Lord.
Your mom gonna be on my head.
First, I think niggas talk facts, okay?
Yeah.
They said who they like because Boys to Men sold way more albums than who the fuck you just.
That is, but dude, that don't mean that
So
don't
y'all
mean
just
that
picking
hot,
who y'all
yo.
like.
No, we're asking who you
Boys
like.
to
Right, right.
What the
We
other
don't
nigga?
give a fuck about the
No, I'm saying.
Teddy Pendergrass or Marvin Gaye?
Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye. I look, and we about to end this podcast. If somebody say anything else, we about to fight up in here.
The only
Marvin
reason
Gaye.
that I will say Marvin Gaye
Marvin
is because
Gaye.
Marvin
All day,
Gaye
though.
went from
But don't put them against
Marvin
each other.
Gaye went from sex to
So it's no brainer though.
Politics?
If you land in my lap,
It's
Right.
It's,
You
like
don't
he
do
had a bunch of different type.
you thinking about
Marvin
going
Gaye
to a
is
woman's
probably
house.
one of the greatest
You
singers of
think
all
about
time.
going to a woman's
that.
house back in the day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, they both had that, but
Yeah,
Marvin Gaye gets
Marvin,
into
well,
politics.
the politics is a different.
That's the only
motherfucker.
reason.
No, that ain't the only reason. Marvin just is
Marvin Gaye.
better.
No, that's the only
It's
reason.
got to
No.
be done. But I didn't like that.
Man, let me tell you something,
didn't
man.
like
Teddy, look, man.
Teddy,
Let's not go down that
Ready,
road because I'm going to
Teddy.
say some foul shit about Teddy.
man, we ain't talking about what he did on his first letter train. Listen, let me tell you something. All of the hits in the 80s, all of them was gay. We didn't even know it because we was kids.
Marvin wasn't gay.
Hey,
We was kids.
Marvin wasn't gay.
Marvin was.
Man, we didn't know a lot of these motherfuckers in the 80s was
I
gay
apologize,
until we
dog.
got older.
I don't know what you're talking about, T.
George Michaels, when he came out,
I don't know.
All right, and
no,
we're going to
we know
end
George
it
Michael
with
was
this.
gay.
We're going to close it off.
You just found that out.
The greatest, so we're going to do 1 and 1. The greatest basketball player of your time
Man, it's Michael Jordan.
and the greatest basketball player right now.
Kobe.
I don't even like
Kobe ain't living but Kobe.
Isaiah Thomas.
But if you want
I don't
to
even
talk
fuck
about that,
Isaiah Thomas with me.
Isaiah Thomas to me is my favorite.
That's what's wrong with these young
Kobe,
DJ Don
I
came
ain't
in.
mad at you.
Jordan, and Kobe.
OG, you know,
What about Steph?
my guy.
I
that
like
puts it
Steph as a
together.
person.
Yeah, he a
too.
beast. He
He's
a
a great
beast.
guy. He not better than
Neither
LeBron.
one of them. He ain't better than either one.
Kevin Durant
Isaiah Thomas.
is Kevin Durant in the running anymore?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I like Kevin.
No.
Look at that shit. Was Kobe better than Curry? Was
Hey,
Was
can I
Kobe
do
better than
this?
Curry?
This will be the last thing.
Do we feel like Derrick
Was
Rose
Kobe better than
got
Curry?
less credit than he should have?
He was injured.
No.
He was a beast, but
No.
he got
He
injured.
was a great player.
Was
He was
Kobe
a good
better?
player.
Derrick Rose didn't get no less
Was
credit.
Kobe better than Curry?
Yes.
Steph Curry?
Yes. 100%.
Was Kobe better than Bron?
Yes.
Yes.
Jordan.
Really?
Jordan. Isaiah's my favorite all time.
It's unbelievable.
But Jordan is the greatest basketball player ever played. And in this generation, it was Kobe. I don't give a fuck what nobody
Kobe
say.
ain't in this generation though.
He is.
Well, technically,
No,
it channels
alright,
down to them too. Yes, it does.
King James.
No. She went around the room actually.
Not to me.
Right.
Maybe I'm missing a couple years, but I believe that the Kobe should be off
right now.
Maybe I'm fucked up.
On the last piece.
Isaiah.
We go to last piece. I really don't give a fuck about none of it because you're never gonna. This is the stupidest argument ever.
It is.
Because I mean,
Well,
the
that's
thing is,
good, but
until
you're not gonna
LeBron
change
can
nobody's
have a
mind.
gym
No,
shoe,
Yeah, no.
until
you're not.
LeBron can have a gym shoe
This-
that equals Jordan's, I don't really want to hear shit about him. All that ugly shit. he
Kobe
done had.
gym shoes still selling the fuck up.
Kobe gym shoes is ugly too,
Even when he was alive, that shit was selling the fuck up.
but they still ugly too. So until one of them niggas can put out a goddamn
That's a
gym,
garbage
and I said the
shoe.
wrong
Gym
word.
shoe. Gym shoe.
Until
That's a
you know what I'm
garbage.
saying, until one of them can put out a damn gym shoe that can equivalent to Jordans.
Yeah.
Well, everybody
Nobody will,
everybody can relate to that.
But that's another problem too. These basketball shoes aren't basketball shoes, and I say that as a girl basketball coach. None of these basketball coaches.
You
None
right.
of them have ankle supporting.
You right.
Nigga.
Look,
Motherfucker.
I told him that earlier. LB, I told him that earlier.
But here we go.
And LeBron is a better person than Michael Jordan, so I'm saying.
I mean, personality.
Who cares about the person?
No,
That all goes into
LeBron
it.
is just now getting humble.
hold on, producer.
LeBron is just now getting humble.
Hold on,
He was
producer.
a butthole from the
on,
jump.
He passed.
Not like
he
Jordan.
passed
Not
that.
like Jordan.
Listen,
Not like
Let me
Jordan.
tell you
hold on,
about
producer.
He is a great man.
Look,
He's stat
if
padding
the
right now.
game is on the line, who do you
He's
want,
stepping.
LeBron or Jordan?
No.
LeBron.
Can you
Come on, man.
Facts.
He's
Taking
a
LeBron.
passer.
I'm
Taking
going
LeBron.
with
You
him.
ain't taking
Jordan,
him, man.
Curry,
Curry
Kobe.
should go
I can name a few
God.
people.
I
Isaiah.
hear Curry.
I'm naming a few people I'm taking from
But
LeBron.
I'm saying between Jordan and LeBron. I ain't saying with
I'm taking
Curry.
Jordan on the last
Between
series.
Jordan and LeBron as an overall player, I'm gonna pick LeBron.
I take
I'm gonna pick LeBron. I'm gonna
Well,
pick LeBron.
I guess in a way to end it.
Close it out.
In a way to end it, we all
look,
have our differences.
And I'm not even a LeBron fan.
We all have our
You can
differences.
fool me
We
with
all
that.
have our opinions. We all have our thoughts. But at the end of the day, the main thing I think that we all can say the takeaway is have these conversations. Cherish the ones that you love. Have open and honest discussion. Don't hold secrets, and do the best that you can while parenting. So thank you again for tuning in to the Hallways. As always, this is your girl, the Hall Monitor. Peace, love, and hair grease.
Yes, sir.